All right, you guys. It is April 3rd, and we have so much exciting stuff going on this month. If you aren't aware, Transform 20 is now officially on BOD for everyone, all BOD members. Obviously, we have the Ultimate Portion Fix, and a little bit about that. I know on my Q&A on Monday, I was kind of like trying to hash out what my game plan would be while we were on the call. And after the call, I was like, I need to figure this out. So what I'm going to do is I had some stragglers jump in like over the past couple days, and I'm plugging them into the current group. But I'm going to start promoting next week a phase 2, like round 2 of the nutrition program I'm doing. And I'm going to start because I really loved that my girls had a solid week or two where they weren't really stressing about workouts. They weren't like trying to incorporate all the things. They were just learning and going through the videos and trying to soak all that stuff up. So April 15th, I'm going to start a new group for Ultimate Portion Fix for all of my new people. And I'm going to fill that for 2 weeks. And they can start workouts on the 29th. So they're on schedule with the 21-Day Fix Extreme if they want to do Extreme. But if they want to just start with 21-Day Fix, they can start with that, and they're just already posted. So that's going to be my game plan. So if anyone wants, needs kind of idea of what to do, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to obviously keep talking about it in stories and posts and whatever. I'm going to start to share some transformations and some messages I'm getting from my girls to kind of sprinkle it in. And then I'm going to really hit the April 15th start date. That's what I'm promoting for them but it'll be filling for 2 weeks straight. So everybody with everything that's going on should be able to leverage this, create hype, create urgency, middle of the month, not last day of the month, middle of the month, and you should all be on the success board. All right. Okay. One other thing that I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of is Super Weekend. So that is next weekend. It's like the 12th, 13th, 14th, whatever those days are. Depending on where you're at, some people do it Friday, some people do it Saturday, some people do it Sunday. So just find out where the closest event is to you. Get to a Super Weekend if at all possible. Okay, they're awesome. And just a really fun way to get to know other people in the network. Even if you don't know anyone there, go. It's super fun to just meet people. Okay. All right. So I am going to basically, when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you guys about and what I felt like the team needed, I just kept kind of coming back to the call and the content and the stuff that I did for Julie Boris's team on Sunday. And it was basically when I talked to her, I was like, what do you want your team to hear? What do they need to hear? What do they need to know? And she's like, they just need to hear how simple the business is. And I was like, sweet. And she's like, they need to hear your do your crap message. So we have a lot of new blood and a lot of new energy that probably are like, what the heck is do your crap? So I'm going to talk about that. Okay. I'm going to talk about this will be a good reminder for those of you that have already heard this. And this will be just some good things to know for those of you that are new. Okay. So if you ever see like on our tracker, on one of the trackers at the very top, it says #DoYourCrap. In the training, it might mention it a couple times. Basically where that came from was we were doing a diamond push group and I was on live and I can't remember how it all went down, but basically there was just all of these just kind of excuses and things. I'm overwhelmed with this and I'm not getting this and blah, blah. I'm like, you guys just do your crap. Like that's all it takes to be successful in the business is to do the essential things. So that's where #DoYourCrap came from. So when I'm talking to my girls, like my veteran girls, lots of times we'll be talking, they're like, I know, I just need to #DoMyCrap. Like it really is, this business is not hard. And I feel like lots of times, most of the time, people overcomplicate it. They freak themselves out. They get distracted by all of the things that you could do, and you don't do the most essential things. So what up? So we're going to talk about the most essential things, okay? I love Aaron's husband. Okay, so first, the most essential things are the vital behaviors, okay? So what are those? Number one, be proof the product works. And I'm going to just talk about these for a second because we all know the vital behaviors, but for whatever reason, the majority of people still don't do them every single day. So if you want to be successful in this business, if you want to be able to help people, if you want to be able to make an income, if you want anything in regards, if you want to just better your journey and get better results and whatever, I love it. If you want anything better with this, the vitals are going to help you in life and in the business, okay? So the first vital behavior is be proof the product works. Why? Because that is what builds you credibility. That is what builds trust. That is what helps you on your journey. That is what like this whole business is based around, right? I'm sure lots of you only came to me or only responded back to my message after seeing me show up day after day after day after day after day after day. And because I'm proof the products work, I have fully engulfed everything that I can with Beachbody. Okay, and what I mean by that is, like, I'm all in, right? I'm all in with the workout programs. I'm all in with like the nutrition plans. I learn them. I use them. I'm obviously not perfect or 100%. We don't have to be, but you need to utilize the tools we have. I'm using the performance line. I replaced granola bars with beach bars. I replaced any chance you have to replace something with something that Beachbody has. It's going to allow you to talk with confidence, to share about it, and it's just so much easier to be successful if you're fully embracing everything that we have. The ultimate reset, the 3-day refresh, like any chance that you guys have to do something new and to get results with something new, that's going to up your credibility. It's going to up your confidence in all of the tools that we have in our tool belt, okay? So be proof the product works. If you're not showing up every single day and showing at least some aspect of your journey, you're not leveraging this like you should. There should be at least one picture or one snippet on your story or one something showing that you are credible, that people can trust you, that you are holding yourself accountable so that you can help hold them accountable, because that's what they need more than anything else, right? So that is always number one. And the first thing that I will check if someone comes to me and is like, I'm really struggling, I'm in a funk in my business, I really need this, I blah, blah, blah. I'll go to their page and I'll see if they've posted. And 9 times out of 10, it's crickets. They haven't shown up on social media. They're not doing a program. They're not even working on themselves. And we are always number one. So when you ever catch yourself saying, I'm just going to take a step back from the business because I need to take care of myself. What? The business is taking care of yourself first. And that's the beauty of it. So if you ever try and give yourself that excuse, like there should be a mental gut check that goes, wait, I'm going to step up my business because it's going to hold me more accountable to actually take care of myself. Because most of the time, you guys give yourself an out and say, I'm just going to take a step back from the business so that I can also take a step back on my journey, so that I can not feel guilty for not working out or taking care of myself because I'm taking a step back from the business, right? That's generally how it goes. So if you always hold yourself to a higher standard, my job is to take care of me. It has been my job for the past 6 years, and that is the only thing that has kept my booty on track, where before that, I was yo-yo queen, on and off again, and it was a disaster. So if you just commit to that vital behavior, your journey will be better. You will get better results. You will be healthier. You will be happier. You will see that momentum shift in your business as well, okay? That's number one. I'll get to questions at the end, okay? Number 2 is connect, invite, follow up. So this is the thing that lots of people, there's kind of 2 extremes, okay? So there's the group of people that just don't do any of this. They just don't expand their network. They don't connect with people. They don't invite them to join them on the journey. They don't follow up. They just don't do it. And then there's the people who go balls to the wall crazy and attack people and invite all the people before you've even like chatted with them or got to know them or been a normal human. So you've got to find that happy medium, right? It is our job to meet new people, to expand our network, to get new eyeballs on what you're doing and what you're all about, so that if someone needs what you have, they will come across you. But it doesn't happen, like you can't be on the defense. You can't wait for that to happen. There's so much we can do, and that's why we have trainings galore on expanding and connecting and all that stuff in the training. So make sure that you guys like learn that stuff. If that's one thing that you like master, that is something you need to master. Expanding your network, connecting with people and being a normal human, and inviting people to join you on the journey in an authentic, confident way. And if you can master those things, you will have everything that you need to be successful in the business. So that is something that has to happen every single day, not just here and there, not just when you feel like it, not just when it's convenient. If you are in this to really, really make a difference, make an impact, make an income, and bless your family's life, that's something that has to happen every day, okay? If you guys have specific questions about these things, post them in the chat thread, and we'll spend some time at the end to go through these because I want to make sure to get to those too. But that's vital for a reason. People aren't just going to come out of the woodworks and ask you what you're doing. I still get people to this day that are like, I had no idea you were a Beachbody coach. And I'm like, really? How? Because I don't hide it. I'm not like afraid to talk about things, but I'm just not in your face selling crap all the time either. I'm simply sharing what I'm doing, and I'm saying, come and do this with me because it's way funner on this site, right? So lots of people don't even know, which is kind of good and bad. Sometimes I'm like, I probably should say a little bit more sometimes so that they are aware that if they want something, they can come to me. But people aren't just going to come out of the woodworks and reach out. We have to open the door. We have to extend our hand. We have to say, hey, thank you so much for the support. I love chatting with you. I love this. I love that. I love blah, 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 whatever you want to do when you're connecting with them. Have you ever thought about jumping into my boot camp? Have you ever thought about doing this with me? You'd be super rad to have in my group. Have you ever thought about it? Like, just extend the invitation. It's not scary, okay? Number 3 is get people results. And this one is very important, but it's completely, like, it's not even a thing until you master the first 2 things. Because if you don't have people coming in your challenge groups or coming onto your team, you have no one to help get results, right? So this is non-existent until you can master 1 and 2. But it is a vital behavior because it is the sole driver of your business. Once you get people in the door, your job is not done. Your job is to help them actually show up for themselves, help them actually get results, help them fall in love with the process so that they will then be like, dude, I feel amazing. I want everyone to feel this. I'm going to end up, and then I'm going to want to pay it forward. That's what happened to me. That's what I did. That's what happens to lots of you. That's why you're here. And so that's naturally what will happen as you get your challengers results and as you get your coaches results. They'll want to pay it forward and they'll want to kind of dive in deeper. So make sure that you're spending focused, intentional time helping your people actually learn the programs, stay consistent, show up for themselves, because when they get results, when they get their own transformation, that's when they're like, okay, game on, let's do this, okay? I know lots of people are like, I don't know how to recruit. I don't know how to build my team. That's scary. I'm like, dude, just get people results, because when you get them results and then you say, hey, you're killing it. Have you ever thought about doing this? That's when they're like, well, actually I have, or no, but it looks kind of fun and I feel really good, so tell me more. So that's where it starts. Building your team and empowering people to do this with you starts with helping them get results, okay? And then number 4 is personal development. And you guys, I'm like, through the training, through everything that you'll ever hear from me, personal development is absolutely 100% essential every single day. If you can control your mindset, if you can tackle those fears and those limiting beliefs and those reservations and all of the things that hold you back in your business are in some way or another holding you back in life. Whether you feel like it or not, they are, because this business is a complete parallel to everything else that we deal with in life. If you have fear of what people think, that's also holding you back in some way in life. If you can get over it here, you can get over it there. And so that's why it's so life-changing when you start to really dig into what's holding you back and where your roadblocks are and all the things. And it's so personal. It's not like everyone struggles with the same thing. You've got to figure out, okay, when I say, okay, so this is something you guys can do. When you think about being successful or reaching all of the big goals you have or whatever thing, like Danielle Latoni always says this, if I could like wave a magic wand over your head and say, everything that you want in life, you can have. You can have your dream life. You can live exactly how you want. You can make as much money as you want. You can live in whatever house you want. You can spend your time doing whatever you want. You can give freely. Whatever you want in life, you can have it. If you write that down and then you listen to the thoughts in your head that says, yeah, but that can never happen because of this. Or, yeah, but that's not possible because of this. Or, yeah, it's possible for her, but it's not possible for me because of this. All of those negative beliefs and negative things are the things that you need to write down. And you need to like attack like a crazy person. If it's fear of success, if it's fear of failure, if it's fear of whatever, if it's lack of confidence, if it's lack of self-worth, all of those things are going to be the things that hold you back in your business. And they're also the things that are holding you back in life. So when you are intentional with your personal development every single day, and I'm not talking about 10 minutes a day. That's a great start. Woo! Great start, 10 minutes a day. But if you really want to see momentum in your life and in your business and in your personal growth, I would be listening to personal development any chance you can, because when your mindset shifts, when you start to believe in yourself, when your confidence grows, when you start to crush those fears, that is when everything else happens. Because you can have all of the action plan, all of the scripts, all of the invites, all of the how-tos. If you're not coming from a positive, confident place, those things will not be received the same way as if you were confident and excited and energized about what you're doing. Okay. So that is the thing that you need to tackle like every single day. I'm talking like hours a day, you guys. And you're going to be like, I don't have hours a day. You really do. Like, and I'm just like the monotonous stuff you do every day. You can be listening to stuff that doesn't count as business hours. Doesn't even count as like, I'm spending 8 hours working my business because I'm listening to personal development. No, you aren't. That's just because you're awesome. Okay. When you're folding laundry, when you're doing dishes, when you're driving to work, when you're up in the morning, getting ready to work out, when you're in the shower, I mean, there is so much time in the cracks of your day to just have it playing. Just all the time. I can promise you guys, you will see such a difference when you start to do this. Okay. So those are the 4 vital behaviors. And I'm really quickly going to bust through this list that I shared. So I shared that list in our PS page. And I love it so much because it's just such a black and white, either you're doing it or you're not. And if you're not, it's a very easy way to say, okay, sweet. So these are the things I need to work on. Okay. So what I found in this business is success is and I said this before, it's very simple. It's just not easy, right? You've got to be committed. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to do certain things that actually drive your business, the things we just talked about. And it can't be here and there. It can't be when you feel like it. It can't be 1 week you go balls to the wall, 1 week you check out. Like that's never going to work. It's got to be little bits every single day consistently, and you've just got to commit to it. So we're going to go through this list super fast. And then if you guys ever feel like, well, I'm not seeing the growth in my business like I want, or I'm feeling frustrated, I don't know how many times I can get a message from people saying, I really want this. I'm really frustrated. I really did it. And I'm like, and then I see your answers. I'm like, dude, you're doing like 9 out of the 15. Commit to the 15 and you'll probably see different results. Okay. So it's just a really easy thing. You've got to commit to doing all of the things and not just some of the things. You can't just pick and choose what you want to do if you want to really be successful. Okay. So number one, are you being proof the product works? Obviously, that's an easy yes or no. Are you committed to a program? Are you showing up on social media, sharing it every day? Are you using your Shakeology? Are you using your performance line? Like, are you actually being proof the products work? Okay. Number two, is your status active? I love this one because it's such a simple, this is a mindset thing, you guys. I have like 1 million inactive coaches in my downline. Lots of people go in and out of being active. And for a discount coach, it's no big deal, right? They're taking advantage of the discount. Sometimes they want Shakeology, sometimes they don't, sometimes whatever. But when I have active business building coaches that are inactive, I'm like, what are you doing? This is your business. If you're stocked up on Shakeology, you're not drinking it. So drink it. But if you guys should see my pantry. I have like 1 million things because we have like 8 business centers. But if you have too much of one thing, you don't cancel it. You switch it. You switch it to something else to try. You switch it to something else to try. You're always using something else, and you're investing in yourself and you're investing in your business. And I have always seen it that way from the beginning. Like, yes, I always say it's my food storage. But I've always seen it that way is you are active, you are actively using stuff, you're just active. And when you go inactive, that just does, like, it just mentally does something to you. Like, oh, I just don't give a shiz. I'm just going to be inactive. And if you don't care, you're not going to show up and do anything. Okay. So that's just like a mental thing. So are you active? Yes or no? That's an easy one. If you're inactive and you're trying to work the business, go get active. Okay. Number 3, are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? Same thing. In order to qualify for Success Club, 90 HD is required to qualify for Success Club. That should always be your goal. If you're building a business and you're really trying to help people, helping at least 3 people a month is bare minimum what you should do every single month. And if you're doing the things, that's not hard. I've said it before, it's not hard if you're doing the things. When you're not doing the things, of course it's hard. Okay. So just do the things that make your life easier. And 90 HD is part of that. So just be on it for the rest of your life. And then you don't have to worry about that. I don't know how many times I've had coaches bust booty to hit Success Club. And then they're like, oh crap, it says I'm not qualified. And I'm like, dude, did you not have a 90 HD shipment? And they're like, no, I paused it. And I'm like, ah, so just don't do that. Okay. Because you'll be super mad at yourself. Okay. Number 4, have you completed a program start to finish? This is another one. Commit to program start to finish. It's the best way to do it. I know it's tempting to jump around sometimes. And every once in a while, like when you're in between launches, it's okay to kind of do like 1 week of this, 1 week of that. But for the most part, you guys, the programs are designed scientifically in the best ways to get your results by the calendar, start to finish, not just jumping around. And that's where when you can show your progress pic for your actual program that you're doing, that's when people are like, what are you doing? Sweet. I want to do it too. And if you're like, oh, well, I'm just jumping around 1 million programs and blah, 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 like it's just harder. So commit to a program, get better results, and it's easier to help other people with that. Okay. Number 5, do you listen to the National Wake Up Call each week, live or recording? I talked about this one on the call. If you guys watched it earlier, this one, it blows my mind how many people do not listen to the National Wake Up Call. This is how I learned at the beginning. When we didn't have a new coach training, we didn't have anything available. This is how I learned everything, was just soaking up as much as I could. I would go in the National Wake Up archives and listen to old calls over and over and over, call after call after call after call after call while I was editing late at night, my weddings. And when you have the top of the top in the entire company every single week sharing their top tips on what's working and what's applicable and all of the things that they've learned, and just breathing belief into you that if they can do it, you can do it. Why would you not make 20 minutes to listen to that? You guys, it is absolutely essential, non-negotiable. And I said it earlier, you are not above the National Wake Up Call ever. I always listen to it and I always learn something every single week, no matter what. Okay. So you do not go to bed on Mondays until you've listened to it, either live or the recording. Okay. Number 6, do you get on our team calls? Well, you guys are awesome. The 50 of you. But you guys, this one is super important. And I know it's nighttime, like kids are crazy. It's hard to get on. But that is why I do one call a month. One call. I am asking you to plan this Wednesday night, if at all possible, like mark it in your calendar, get your hubby on board to help with the kids. Don't have a girls' night. Make it like one time a month, you guys, because guess what? You signed up with me to help you be successful. I want to help you in like the biggest way, but I can only do that if you're getting the content that I'm giving you, if you're getting the mentorship I'm giving you. And I can't just one-on-one with everyone all of the time. And I'm giving you my best when I get on these calls and the mentor calls when we have those each week. Take advantage any chance you get, okay? Because it will be, there is such a correlation between my coaches that get on calls and my coaches that don't. Like there really is. So just be the one that gets on the calls so that you can take everything away and then implement and grow, okay? Number, what are we on? 7. Are you registered for Summit? This is a big one. And obviously if you're brand new, you're like, what the crap is Summit? So this is just our yearly event. We do it every summer. You, as a new coach, you get to earn a free ticket to Summit. So that's really rad. Hit Success Club your first 3 months. But as you get going and as you learn what it is and whatever, you guys, these events are super important. So are you registered for Summit? If you're not, go learn about it and see what it is. And if you can make it there, make it there. If you're an older coach and you already know and you haven't registered yet, what the heck are you doing? Go register. Number 8, are you planning to attend the next Super Saturday? We already talked about this. Get your booty to Super Saturday. Events are super, super big catalysts in your business. Number 9, can you verbalize why you want blank? This one is so important, you guys. So important, because guess what? Diamond doesn't mean a dang thing. 15 star doesn't mean a dang thing. Success Club doesn't mean a dang thing. But when those things also equal you getting what you want out of life, they mean something. And they have to be intertwined. So for me, when I started, my big why was to pay for my Shakeology. Woo! Dreaming big, right? But that's where we were. We were in the middle of vet school. We were like pinching pennies, super frugal. And I told my husband, I want to keep getting these shakes. And he was like, they're really expensive. And I'm like, babe, if I can just help a few people, I can cover my shakes, then it'll be rad. So that was my biggest push at the beginning. Help a few people, cover my Shakeology, sweet. So then I did that. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to do this every single month. Hi, baby. Hi. I'm going to do this every single month so that I never have to dip into our money to cover what I'm doing. Hey, babe. And then obviously things evolve and things start to grow. And then once I was covering my Shakeology and that was easy breezy, I was like, hey, sweet. Well, let's cover our car payment. That would be really rad. So I baby stepped to my car payment. And then I was like, okay, well, now I want to, I don't remember what it was at that point, but maybe it was like take a trip back to Utah because we were living in the middle of nowhere for vet school. And I was saving up for that. Now I want to, obviously they started to grow, cover our mortgage. Like you baby step into these goals. It wasn't like night and day, I want to be a millionaire. Like, no, I never had any intentions of doing anything big with this. But I made my goals tangible to what we needed in our life. We needed extra finances. We needed to pay for vet school. So that became a huge driver, was to pay off his tuition before he graduated. And then obviously at some point, you get everything you need. Kelsey, you get everything you need. And then your why shifts to other people. So now we're very comfortable. I could never work a day in my life and we would be just fine. But guess what? You guys all have a bunch of freaking goals that you haven't hit yet. And that is why I will continue to show up for the rest of forever so that I can help you guys reach what you want. And it starts selfish, and that's totally cool. Totally cool. you are doing this business to better yourself, to better your family's life, to better those personal things. But at some point in your business, and my leaders might be at this point, some point it has to shift off of you onto others. Otherwise, you're going to hit a wall and you're going to be like, well, why am I even doing this? What do I want now? Where? And you kind of hit this like transition period, and it has to shift onto others and let that drive you. But you guys, your why is so important. And I know people talk about it and it's kind of like, find your why, whatever. But it's got to be real to you. It's got to be tangible. It's got to be something you can feel and taste, and you read every single day, and start small and let it evolve. It doesn't, you can, and I always say, dream big, act small. Have the big goals, have the big dream, have the clear vision of where you're going 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. But every single day, you've got to act small. It's those baby steps. It's that consistency. It's those little things that are seemingly insignificant that no one will ever know if you don't do them. But when you do them, they will absolutely change your life 100%. Okay? So get clear on why you're doing this and what it means to your family and to you. All right? Number 10, are you showing up daily on social media? This one, like, it's our job. Posting is our paycheck. That was one of my topics in the Diamond Code training. It is absolutely your job to show up on social media in some capacity. One post a day at least, and some stories. It's not hard. You've got to be intentional. And then one of the questions, are you posting with purpose? That goes hand in hand. You're not just throwing stuff up at the wall and being like, sweet, got my post up. You're being smart about it. You're sharing with value. You're sharing your life. You're sharing who you are. You're breadcrumbing your next group. You're building engagement. You're building relationships. You're peeling back the layers so people can get to know you. There's so many different reasons to post. So don't just post something to post something. You're educating, you're empowering, or you're entertaining. So when I'm posting about my family and my kids and my life and whatever, that's like the entertainment factor. That's just kind of like my reality show. People are getting to know me. But every once in a while, I post some motivation stuff. I post some tips. I post how I'm fitting stuff in or some inspirational stuff or whatever. And for me, that's my education. I'm not going to preach to you about nutrition or fitness stuff. I'm not an expert in any field. I'm an expert in mom life. That is it. I have figured it out, and I have not figured it out. I'm figuring it out every single day, trying to figure it out. But that's what I share. And so obviously that's who I attract and that's who I bring in, because all moms are trying to figure their stuff out, right? So that's what I'm trying to help people through is, guys, I don't know everything, but I know how I get things done. This is how I do it. This is what works for me. And I would love to help you do it too. That's basically the moral of my story if you go to my social media. And then empowering people and inspiring them, they just want positivity. They want to know that they don't just want to watch you and cheer you on. They want to know that because they went to your page, they feel a little bit more courageous to do something that they want to do. If it's not Beachbody, whatever, who cares? Maybe they want to go rock climbing. And because they saw your post, they're going to feel empowered to do something scary and they're going to go do it. You know what I mean? Like you just want you want people to leave your page better than when they got there. I can't even talk. So posting with purpose. That was the next one. Number 12, did you hit Success Club last month? This is black and white, you guys. Either you're doing your crap and you're hitting Success Club or you're not. There is no sugarcoating this. Success Club is a non-negotiable if you want to be successful in the business. It is helping at least 3 new people. That is not 1 million people or 50 people or 100 people. It is 3 new people. And if you're expanding your network every day and connecting with new people and engaging with their stuff and loving on people and inviting people to join you and following up, 3 is not hard. So stop putting Success Club on a pedestal. It is not hard. It is not like it should be a simple thing. You should hit it by the first week of the month. Maybe change your mindset around that, and that would change your actions, okay? Because if you're not hitting it, it's simply because you're not doing the right things in the right way, and you've got to just tweak a few things. Well, waiting till the end of the month to create that urgency is one of your problems. So maybe put Success Club by the 7th as your goal, and you'll create more urgency earlier on, more excitement, more intentional posts, more all of the things that you're supposed to be doing throughout the month, and that'll help you actually hit it. And then guess what? You have 3 weeks to get extra people, to build your business even faster, to make a bigger impact, and to grow all the things in a bigger way. All right? So how about everyone Success Club by the 7th every single month? That would be legit. All right? But Success Club, it's not hard, and it's not like something that sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. It's just something, if you want to be successful, you make that a non-negotiable. You help 3 people, and it's just one and done. You just get it done. Plus, that's how you earn the trips, you guys. Duh! Get on the trips. It was so fun. Okay, number 13. Did you finish a PD book or program last month? Program like personal development program or podcast or whatever. Make sure you guys are not just starting a million books. Like, start one, finish one. Like, be intentional, but yeah, like lots of coaches, I'll talk to them, what PD are you reading? Compound Effect. 8 months later, oh sweet, Kay, what PD are you reading? Compound Effect. I'm like, it's been 8 months. Why are you still reading Compound Effect? So make sure you're doing it with intention each day, and you're actually getting through the books, listening to them, finishing them, and then moving on. All right. Number 14, we only have 2 more, we're almost done. Have you implemented a tip, tool, or strategy you've learned from a training in the last month? Every once in a while, we will have a professional learner that gets on all the calls, does all the training, reads all the books, does all the things, and then doesn't actually do anything in their business. So make sure you are not just getting stuck in learning mode. The best thing that you guys can do is learn, implement, bite-sized pieces. Even you new coaches that are going through the training, overwhelm will happen. You will be like, holy crap, there's so much new stuff to learn. All of these things are coming at me. Don't let that paralyze you. The best thing you can do is bite-sized pieces. Learn it, implement it in a bite-sized piece in some way. Learn it, implement it in a bite-sized piece. Most of my coaches go through the training a couple times because the first time through is so much info and so much newness. And then they'll go through it again. They're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This is totally like, the skies are clearing. I get it, whatever. So expect to be a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit like, holy crap, this is new. Don't let that paralyze you from taking action, okay? Just baby steps, implement little things. And that goes for the rest of your life. Even if you're not like in the training, every national wake-up call, every leadership training, there's something that you can take away, and you're always looking for that one thing. What can I take away from this, and how can I implement it right now in my business the way that I need to? So it's just a good thing, a good habit to get into. And number 15, are you actively engaged with everyone on your team? Obviously, as your team grows, you're not like talking to all of your people every single day, but are you plugged into the team page? Are you plugged in with your coaches? Are you plugged into your challenge group? Are you just plugged in? Just don't check out. That's part of being a coach, is actually being plugged in. So that's the 15 checklist. So when you go through it, if you're anything below like a 12, you can definitely up the ante on your commitment to your business. And look, I'm not talking to like the random hobby coach that is just like, if I help someone, great. If I don't really care. I'm talking to all of you that are like, I really want this. I want to make an impact. I know I'm capable. I would love to bless my family's life. I have big goals. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then nothing happens in your business. Like, there's your actions and your commitment level and your mindset has to be in line with your goals. And if it's not, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be like down. You're going to be discouraged, whatever. But it's easy, you guys. Just up your commitment, up your discipline, up those little things, and being intentional with the most essential things. Not all of the things, the most essential things. Okay? All right. I'm going to go through the questions really quick. I know lots of you guys have been answering the questions, so maybe repost any questions that you guys still need me to actually talk about, so I don't have to scroll up a million hours. I want to hang out with y'all again. Decker, I know, it's so fun. Okay, so yeah, post any questions that you have, repost them if they didn't get answered already. Lauren said, when I'm connecting and meeting new people, my inbox is insane, which is a good problem to have, but I'm wondering how you handle that problem. I do my best to clear it out every night before bed, but sometimes it's just a ton. I totally hear you. Sometimes I'm like, holy crap, so many messages. But what I've learned, it's so much better for me. I can't respond to messages as they're coming in. Otherwise, I would literally be on my phone all day, every day, and it would be terrible, and I would hate my life. But when I sit down and just go through messages, I can bust through them so fast. My inbox looks so full and overwhelming, but it doesn't take long to respond to them, and it's super quick. So I would just make sure that you're blocking out like 10 minutes of message time, maybe a few times a day. Maybe it's first thing in the morning, you spend 10 minutes getting through some messages, maybe 10 minutes in the middle of the day, and maybe 10 minutes at nighttime, and just getting through as many as you can and just being done when you're done and being okay to answer them the next morning if you have anything left. But do not let your inbox control your life or notifications. I turned off all my notifications. I just, so that when I'm working, I'm working. When I'm not, I'm not. That was the best thing that I could have done, because otherwise it's just way too easy to get sucked in all the time. And then you're like, oh my gosh. So that's what I would say about that. Brish said, would you ask your followers to hold you accountable to a goal? Curious if that would come across poorly. You totally could just be like, all right, you guys, I'm putting it out there. This is my goal for the next blah, blah, blah. I want you guys to hold me accountable, hold me to my crap. If you don't see me show up, call me out. You could totally do that. I would just do it in a really like casual, nonchalant way. Danae, I like voice messaging back a few times a week. It's something I look forward to. Yeah, totally. Anything else, you guys? Amber asked, and I'm curious. I don't have any challengers who want to share. Where did this go? I don't have any challengers who want to share before and after photos. How do you encourage that? Get more challengers? Well, one, you like can't really. I mean, I when I'm just talking to my girls in conversation, I'll be like, girl, like send me your progress. I want to see blah, blah, blah. Most of them do, really. But if they didn't, I would just be like, okay, cool. Make sure you're taking them for your own like reference, because you'll want to have them. But if people don't want to share them, they don't want to share them, and that's totally fine. You just got to get more people and share the ones that do. And you don't have to like, dude, share the coaches. No one knows who you're actually working with. You can shout out and build credibility with the coaches getting transformations and sharing stuff. So don't feel like that's going to hold you back. If they don't want to share, they don't want to share. I wouldn't stress about it. Yeah. Decker said, I share mine and some of my other rock stars in the group share theirs. That would encourage people to do it. Yeah. That's a good idea too. Danae, I have weekly progress updates in my group, and the ones who do are the ones getting the best results. I emphasize that. Yeah, it's so true. So true. I just barely started in my Best Life Bootcamp. I stole it from Cozy. I just barely started implementing a Saturday where I'm telling them to take their measurements, step on the scale, take their pics. Because people they get into kind of that comfy zone of like, well, I'm on the journey forever, so I don't really have to take progress pics or finish a program or whatever. But that encourages them to, okay, I know on Saturday I'm going to have to take a pic. So I'm going to actually show up this week. So maybe try something like that if you don't already too. Anything else, you guys? Did anyone have any really awesome wins this week they want to talk about? Anything exciting? Danae said a couple of us are starting an April bootcamp on the 8th, but we don't have many challengers. Anyone else want to admin with us? Anyone else need a group? Danae wants to co-host with a few more people. And that would give you another 5 days to get girls in there. So that's awesome.
I just have to say it legit throws me off every time in recordings when I like wasn't on a call and I hear Danae and I'm like, Micah, I'm not there.
I know.
And then I realize there's two.
For real. You guys spell it different though, so.
I had a win. Here's my win. I convinced husband to do 21-day fix with me.
Woo!
Yes.
Is he super?
Karen, what did you say to convince him?
I told him that we get to grope each other during workouts if he comes and works out with me.
Totally.
Okay. Good idea.
I love it. I did the first one and it was so good. I haven't done the other ones yet. I'm in the whatever test group, so I'm like having FOMO over these 21-day fix and trying to figure out. I don't want to do doubles every single day, but every once in a while, if I get extra energy, I'm going to do a 21-day fix one because I liked it a lot. Elsie, there you go. What did she mean? Candace's daughter. Oh, you guys are awesome. I love it. Group definition. Okay, anything else, you guys? Yeah. Surprisingly, JD was that 21-day fix was one that JD was like, dude, I'm not doing that. It's such a chick workout. And then we would do it and he was like, okay, this is legit. So that was the workout that really got him on board with doing the chick workouts and being okay with it. After that, he did like plyo and he was game with all of them. And he gets his booty kicked all the time. So it's good. Yeah, her leg day is so good.
She, when Seth and I, the first one we did together was 80-day obsession, but it became something like we craved just working out together and just having that time every day. And I will tell you, do not ask them to do it over and over, because that was the thing that really hurt us, was when I tried to make him do them with me. And we had like really bad experiences where we just got mad at each other because I was trying to make him do it. But when he actually came to me and said 80-day obsession was one he wanted to do, this was 2 years of me working out every day without him. He was already working out, but not with me. But once we did it together, it was like, this is something we want to do every single day. And so when we did, I don't know, there was one we did a little bit ago. Oh, on Transform 20, I hurt, or this summer on Lift 4, I broke my ribs and I had to stop. So I wasn't doing workouts with him, and it became this like really hard thing for us in our relationship. You could tell a difference because we weren't spending that time together every single day. So today, hanging out together, working out together, it sets the tone for our whole day. We are more playful, more loving, have more fun together the whole day after we work out together. So if your husband isn't on board, just be patient. Let them do it on their own. But I promise, once you do start working out together, it's something you will not want to give up.
I seriously love it. It's been so good for us too. Melissa, I struggle working out with my husband.
You guys, his form sucks so bad. I can only say that because he's not here. We fight because I'm like, you're gonna break your back if you do that, if you squat like that. And he's like, don't talk to me. I'm like, okay, we can't work out together. It's not helping our marriage.
No, same. We were doing Transform 20 together. We separated for one of the workouts, and I was like, how are your transformers that high, dude? And then when we got back together for the next week, I was like, you are not even going down in a squat. Like, I should not have compared myself to you. And then we just, like, it's the best.
I love it. Yeah, JD and I are super competitive, so it helps us a ton when we work out together because we're like, I'm gonna beat you. You're not doing this longer than I am.
That's funny.
I love it. Okay, you guys. Oh my
God. That's hilarious. You're like, yeah, we're not working out together anymore. It stinks in here.
This is not helping our relationship, bro. Decker says, do not comment on their form. They'll take it personal.
No, that's the struggle. I'm like, you'll just have to stand behind me because I just can't watch.
Right.
I love you guys.
Jeff is rad. He's hilarious.
So
hey, guys. Let's make it. It's April. You guys, it's second quarter. Like, how is it already April? It's Knox's birthday on Friday. I can't believe it. A couple dates to be mindful of for those of you that are going to Summit. May 2nd is the date that you have to enter qualification if anyone's wanting to be star or 2 or 3 or whatever. For star diamond ranks, you have to start qualification on May 2nd. You have to be official, what is it, June what? Does anyone know? Carrie?
It would probably be June 12th. Well, 13th. Is that 6 weeks?
June 6th.
Look at all you rock stars knowing it. Okay, so for those of you that are pushing for diamond, you have to be diamond by June 6th in order to be recognized diamond at Summit. So basically, you're like, well, why does it matter? You get a lanyard that has your rank. You qualify for different training tracks. Like, you'll want to, if you're close or even not close, if you can push and you're going to be there, June 2nd, that's April, May, June. That's 2 full months, you guys. That's totally doable for anyone. So June 2nd, or June 6th, if you're not diamond, would be the date that you kind of have on your calendar as like, I'm making it happen. And if you're entering qualification, it's May 2nd, so that you're official by June 6th. So I know lots of people are pushing for big goals. So keep me posted if you guys need anything. I'm always happy to help in any way possible. Yes. Yes. I love it. And then what's the star rank that you actually get to start walking across stage? 1?
I think it's, well,
1 star, you walk in a group.
you walk in front, right? But maybe they do it down the stage now.
I can't remember. I know there's like a big bunch of stars.
Yeah, we walked for 1 star in a big group last year.
Yeah, they do 1 star, you walk across in the big groups, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 star, they call your name out, and then obviously up from there.
Okay. So 1, you get on stage. Diamond is still rad, but you don't get on stage yet because there's like a gazillion. Okay, I like it. Yeah, they start saying your name 1 by 1 at 5 star. Yep. All right, I am super pumped. It's gonna be a good couple months. So we have the diamond code going for the next couple weeks. That ends on the 18th, you guys. April 18th. For all of you that are in the diamond code, that cash pot is going to be major big, and I don't know of any of our people that have qualified, so the people that do end up qualifying are going to cash in on that in a big way. So April 18th, if you're in that group, let's make it happen. Hustle hard for some big goals. Be intentional. And then in May, in May, I'll start the one-on-one calls again. So I didn't do one-on-one calls for those that earn Success Club in March or April because we have the diamond code to focus on. I just didn't want to do too much. So if you want a one-on-one call with me, hit Success Club and we'll set up a time. Okay? I think that's it. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Always so much stuff. Always so much stuff. All right. I love you guys. It's always fun hanging out, seeing you in real life, kind of. Okay. We'll see you everywhere in the team page and the threads all over. But let's make it happen. Make it a good month. Okay? Bye, you guys.